All right, ladies and gentlemen, doing our initial sound checks. And looks like sound is good.
This broadcast is copyright Polk County Christian School, 2490 West Tower Drive, Bolivar, Missouri. Stop by our school to see what we are doing to provide a Christian education for students in our area. All rights reserved.
And bear with me just a minute. I forgot to turn my cameras back on. Trying to conserve power. We don't have power where I'm sitting, so I had to bring my own with me. So I'm running a light TV studio tonight, and I'm trying to be energy conscious. All right, that camera's on. I need to get the scoreboard camera back. Make sure that's going okay. There we go. All right, we are 1 minute and 41 seconds left from tip-off. You're watching PCCS TV. Tonight's game, this is game 3. We just watched the middle school boys. Riverview Christian School was victorious in the middle school boys game. High school girls game, the high school girls for the Eagles came out on top. And now we're at the high school boys game. This is the second time these teams have met this year. And as always, Polk County Christian School athletes, spectators, families, and staff strive to present a Christian example at all times, both on and off the court. You can find Polk County Christian School on the internet at polkcountychristianschool.org. And we're also on Facebook at facebook.com/Polk County Christian School. And then, of course, our YouTube channel, which is where you're watching this now, youtube.com/@PCCS is our main channel. And if you add /live to the end of that, it'll take you straight to any live streams that are currently in progress. But if you go to the main channel, just youtube.com/@PCCS, you'll be able to find our live streams there, and also any content that was not live streamed but was recorded and uploaded later. All right, it's time for tip-off. Again, you're watching PCCS TV. And Alden Gardner on the court, tip it off for the Knights. And the Eagles win the tip-off there, 23 with the ball. Gives it over to 3. 3 over to 32. 32 swinging it back up top, down to 3 on the other side. 3 down to the baseline. Back up to 13. 13 to 23. 23 down to 3. He's in the corner, and Venom with some strong defense there. 13 up top to 32, back out to 13, over to 3, down to 23 in the far corner, putting it up for 3. It's a miss, and Walker getting in on the rebound, but the Eagles end up with it, passing it over to 3. 3 over to 23 again. 23 swinging it to the near side. Up top to 13. 13 down to 20 on the far side. Back up to 13. 13 to 3. Up to 32. 32 swinging it back across. Down to 23 in the far corner. 23 up to 13. Putting it over to 3 in the near corner. He's going to swing it back up. Down to 23 in the near corner. And the ball's on the floor. 23 picked it up, passed it. It's out to 32 with a three-point jump shot. 23 followed it and grabbed that rebound. He's swinging it all the way around. He's in the far corner, bringing it back up top, up to 3. 3 over to 20. 20 up to 23, driving to the top of the paint. And the ball's on the floor. Ben Walker picking it up, giving it to Lucas Burton. Lucas Burton back to Landon Gray to bring it down. Landon Up top, passes it into Burton. Burton out to Venom. Venom into Walker under the basket. Walker putting it up, no good. Burton with a rebound, going for the putback and drawing a foul. Lucas Burton going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. First free throw, no good. Second free throw is in. Knights, first one's on the board, 1-0. 32 bringing the ball across for the Eagles. Down to 3. 3 swinging it back to the other side. Bringing it back across over to 13. 13 back to 32 on the near side. 32 up to 3 up top. Down to 23 in the far corner. Driving in along the baseline. Jump shot from outside. Puts it up. It's good for 2. It's 2-1. The Eagles in the lead. Gray over to Gardner. Gardner driving into the paint and pass it out to Gray. Gray swinging it up, giving it to Venom. Venom over to Burton on the near side. Burton three-point effort and it's out, and Gardner saves it from going out. Eagles steal the save, put it over to 3, miss the shot, and Venom with a rebound. Venom gives it over to Gray to bring it down. Gray over to Venom on the near side. Venom down to Gray in the corner. And Gray up to Gardner. Gardner driving into the paint, putting up a jump shot. Missed that. 13 with a rebound. 23 gets the pass. Fast break down court. Turns around with a jump shot. Missed that. Gardner with a good looking rebound there. Gives it over to Gray to bring it down. Gray over to Gardner. Gardner driving into the top of the paint, slid on the floor, and Walker and Burton hands on the ball with number 20. Jump ball, possession goes to, I think, White. Yep. Venom's going to bring the ball in for the Knights. Into Walker under the basket. Walker with a putback, and nope, Walker with a shot. Burton with a putback. Scored 2, it's 3-2. Eagles, 32, bringing it down. Bounce pass over to 3 in the near corner. Put the shot up, missed it. 13 chasing it down. He's going to put up a three-point effort. Missed that, and Venom picks up that shot. Gives it to Gray to bring across. Gray over to Venom on the near side, going for 3. And, there's Gardner under the basket, going for the putback and draws a foul. Gardner going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. First free throw is a miss. Alden Gardner, freshman for the Polk County Christian School Knights this year. First time playing for the Knights. Second free throw is, it's out, and Walker tipped it out, and Gardner tried getting it, tipped it out of bounds, so it's Eagles ball. 3 brings it into 32. 32 bringing it across. He's passing it over to 3 on the far side. 3 back across to 32. 32 down to 20. Back up. Landon Gray with a fabulous steal and going for the layup, drawing a foul. Landon going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. Three to 2 at the moment. Knights in the lead by 1. That first one's a miss. Second free throw is in. It's 4-2. Eagles bringing the ball down. 32, passing it out to 23. 23 outside to 13 to 20. 20 bounce pass to 23 in the corner. 23 swinging up a little bit. Oh, he's going back down to the corner, passing it out to 13. 13 across to 32. 32 up to 3 up top. Down to 23 in the corner again, going for a 3. And it's in. Venom brings the ball in for the Knights, gives it over to Gray. Gray over to Burton. Burton back up top to Gray, to Venom. Venom out to Gardner. Gardner taking the screen, going down to the baseline. No shot. Bounce pass out to Burton. Burton out to Gray in the corner. Gray inside to Walker under the basket. Walker doing his Walker trick. Missed it. And Burton going for the putback. Missed that. And Eagles making a fast break. And Venom with an amazing interception mid-pass. Stealing that alley-oop effort. Gray driving all the way down to the basket. Good effort for Landon there, trying to draw a foul on his shot. They ended up stealing the shot. White ball. 4-5 after that three-pointer from 23. Venom brings the ball into Gray. Gray bringing the ball back down. Over to Gardner on the far side. Gardner driving in and jump ball. Green ball. Riverview bringing the ball in. 20 over to 32 to bring it across. 32 to 3. 3 swinging it back up top across to 20 on the far side. Down to 23 in the corner. Nope, 23's out. That's 32 in the corner. Back up top to 20. Over to 3. Down to 32 again. Missed the three-point. Landon Gray picks up the loose ball. Landon's bringing it across. Down to Gardner and missed the pass. It's tipped out on White. Eagles ball. 5-4. Eagles leading by 1. 32 over to 3. 3 driving in the paint. And Walker tips the ball forward for Gray, making that fast break. And Gardner with the missed rebound. And there's a whistle on green. 3-2, I believe. Folks, that was a beautiful play on the Knights. I love the way Walker tipped that out towards Gray, and Gray took it and went for the fast break. 23 coming back in, subbing in for 32 on the Eagles. Venom bringing the ball in for the Knights. Pass it over to Burton in the near corner, up top to Gray. Gray back over to Venom. Venom going for 3, and nothing but net. Beautiful swish there for Josh Venom. He's a senior on the Knights team this year. And Eagles put the shot up, missed it. Walker with a rebound. Ball gets out to Gray to bring it down. Gray over to Venom on the near side. Venom out to Gardner. Gardner's up top, swinging it around the screen, driving down for a jump shot outside, and 20 grabs the missed shot, gives it to 3, making the fast break. The ball's tipped by Venom, so they swing it out to keep possession, gives it to 33. 33 out to 3, over to 20. 20 going for the three-point effort, good for 3. Venom brings the ball into Gray. The score is 8-7. Gray into Burton. Burton out to Gardner. Gardner driving down, trying to take advantage of the screen, and the ball's out of bounds. There's a whistle, and I think that's on Green. Yep, foul on Green. And I think that's 5 fouls, according to the ref. So Gardner going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. As the score is currently 7-8. Knights trailing by 1. Gardner's going to try and tie it up with this shot. Free throw is in, just like the coach wants him to do it, straight off the backboard and into the basket. Gideon Walker subbing in for Ben Walker. Gideon, number 30. He's a sophomore for the Knights this year. Alden Gardner. Second free throw is a miss. Gideon getting on that rebound, going for the putback and trying to draw the foul. It's tipped out to 23. Good effort for Gideon. I love to see that. 23, passing it to 33 down at the baseline. He can't get a shot, so he swings it up top, passing it to 20, bounce pass across, and the Eagles put it in. It's good for 2, so it's 10-8. Landon Gray bringing the ball down for the Knights, out to Gardner. Gardner stepping in, putting up a jump shot. Holy smokes! That was a long 2-point jump shot for Gardner. Buzzer beater to tie the game as we go in to the end of the first quarter, getting ready for second quarter action. All right, folks, good game so far. Evenly matched teams tonight. I don't remember the outcome of our previous game against Riverview. I'm going to go check that. Well, I remember the last game, and it looks like we were on top for the last, well, unless we saw them twice this year. We played them once this year, and it was kind of close, and looks like we came out on top on January 8th. I believe that was the only other time we saw them this year, but it was close. So honestly, folks, the way these Eagles are playing tonight and the score from the last game, this is anybody's game. This match is up for grabs. Landon Gray over to Venom as we start second quarter action. Venom to Burton in the corner for 3, and that's a miss. 13 jumps up for the rebound, gives it over, and Eagles almost lost the pass there. They put it back up to 23 up top. They're going to slow it up and set up an offense. He's taken it over to 13, down to 20 in the corner, back up to 13, across to 3. 3, down to 20 in the corner, back up to 3, over to 23, going for a three-point shot, and no good. Walker with that rebound, over to Burton, Burton to Gray to bring it back. Still 10 all. Gray over to Gardner. Gardner up top to Venom. Venom down to Gray in the corner. Gray, missed the 3, and 32 clears the board, gives it to 20. 20 going for a 3. That's a miss, and Burton with a rebound. Burton giving it to Gray. Gray's bringing it back across. Gray over to Gardner. Gardner down to Gray in the corner. Gray inside to Burton at the top of the free throw. Burton over to Venom, back to Gray in the corner for 3, and off the rim. Venom picks it up, gives it back to Gray for another 3, and that one's across the basket. 13 picks it up, tries to give it to 3, and Gray stole it. Ball's on the floor. Gardner picks it up. 3 grabs it, and boy, the Knights are sure trying to steal it. 3 going for the shot, missed it, and another Eagle went for the putback, missed it, and it's Knights ball. Good effort on the Eagles' part there. Still tie game, 10 all. Gray bringing the ball back across. Over to Gardner on the far side. Gardner up top to Venom. Venom down to Gray in the corner. Gray back up to Venom. Venom over to Gardner on the near side. Gardner swinging it over to Burton in the corner, and Burton saves the ball. Back up to Venom. Venom swinging it up top. Down to Gray in the near corner. Gray driving into the paint, and it's off a toe and out of bounds. White ball. I don't know if he was trying to pass it or trying to put it out of bounds off a toe. All right. Venom bringing the ball in for the Knights. Into Gray, putting it up for an instant 3 shot. Missed it, and the Eagles make it a fast break. And, did a carry. That was on number 13. Good effort on that fast break, though. They almost had that. Venom brings the ball into Gray to bring it back across. Gray over to Gardner on the far side. Gardner back up top to Venom. Venom swinging it down, giving it out to Gray in the corner. Gray puts it into Walker under the basket. Walker doing his thing, puts it up for 2 points. It's 12-10. 13 gives the ball over to 23 on the top. 23 back to 13. 13 down to 3 in the corner. 3 up to 13 again, over to 23. 23 for a jump shot for 3, and it's a good three-pointer for 23. Venom brings the ball into Gray. Gray over to Burton in the corner. Burton faking a 3, puts it up to Venom. Venom out to Gray. Gray back across to Burton. Burton going for 3, and it's a little short, and the Eagles tip it to keep possession. And Burton in on the steal there, driving under the basket, putting the shot up and drawing the foul. Lucas Burton, senior for the Knights this year, making a great showing this evening. He's been a good leader on this team all his career, ever since I've started watching. Good to see that. First free throw is good. 13 all. Number 32 subbing in for 23 on the Eagles. Lucas Burton back at the free throw line for his second shot. Second shot is good. 14-13, 32 bringing the ball back for the Eagles, down to 33 in the corner, going up for 3, and that's a good three-pointer for the Eagles. So it's 16-14. Landon Gray bringing the ball down for the Knights. Landon over to Venom. Venom on the far side. He's swinging it back up top. Puts it down to Gray in the corner. Gray inside to Burton. And the ball's on the floor. Gardner with awareness trying to pick it up. And Eagles pick it up, get it over to 32. Making that fast break. Put the shot up. Missed it. 20 for the putback. Missed it. Gardner getting that rebound. Gives it over to Gray to bring it back. Gray down to Venom. Venom cross to Burton. Burton driving down to the baseline, no shot. He puts it out to Gray in the corner. Gray back inside to Burton. The ball's on the floor. Eagles pick it up, making that fast break again. And that time they get it in. It's good for 2. Venom brings the ball into the Knights as it's 18-14. Gray bringing the ball across. Over to Gardner. Gardner down to Burton in the corner. Burton back up top to Venom. Venom swinging it to the near side. Passes it out to Burton. Burton driving in along the baseline, going to put the shot up, and the ball's loose. Tipped out to 32. 32 passing it to 3. 3. I think the ref's looking at Venom for a foul there. And, yeah, Venom with a foul. And Eagles going to the free throw line shooting for 2. Nope. They're going to bring it in. 20. Up to 3. 3 to 32. Back to 20 in the corner. Putting up 3-point effort. Nothing but net on that one. Venom brings the ball into Gray. Gray bringing it across. As the scoreboard says, 21-14. Venom to Gardner. Gardner jump shot from the free throw. Close, but not quite in. 13 clears the board, gives it to 20. 20 over to 13. 13 back to 33. 33 to 3 in the corner. 3 puts up 3-point effort. No good. And Walker tips the ball out to Gray. And 3 out of bounds. Good defense for the Eagles there. Venom brings it into Gray. Gray gets it across. Back to Venom on the near side. Inside to Walker under the basket. Walker puts it up. Doing his Walker trick. Eagles bringing the ball back down. And passing it out to 3. Up to 33 for a alley-oop to 20. 20 puts it up. Good for 2. Venom back into Gray. It's 23-16. Gray passing it, and the Eagles steal it. 32 with a steal, puts the shot up, missed the shot, and the ball's out of bounds. Venom bringing the ball into Landon. Landon Gray bringing the ball across. I think Landon may have bumped into somebody on that last play. Landon over to Gardner. Gardner inside to Walker. Walker passing it to Burton. Burton going for the shot and drawing a foul. Let Lucas Burton go into the free throw line shooting for 2. 23-16. Lucas is going to try and close that gap a little bit. Lucas' first free throw, that's a miss. And sub coming in, looks like 23, 1 and, nope, maybe not subs. They're taking a timeout. Probably subs coming in after the timeout. Both coaches on the bench, visiting with the teams. I wish I could be a fly on the wall in both of those huddles right now. I'd love to hear what those coaches are saying. All right, back second quarter action, 1:43 seconds left on the clock. Lucas Burton moving back to the free throw line for his second free throw effort. Second shot is good. 23-17 as the Eagles bring the ball back across. That's 32. Passing it up top to 3, down to 23. Going for a three-point effort, and that one's a miss. Venom clears the board on that. Gives it over to Gray to bring it across. Landon Gray over to Venom. Venom down to Burton in the corner, back up to Venom. Venom going for 3. That's what we need. It was just off, but good effort. Eagles bringing the ball down. 3. Bounce pass up to 32. 32 spinning, passing it to 33 for 2, and missed. Burton with the rebound, gives it over to Gray. Gray bringing the ball across. Gray over to Venom on the near side. Venom driving into the paint, putting up a jump shot, and close but not in. And Eagles 33, passing it to 3, and he encounters Burton. Almost lost it, but ends up saving it and putting the shot up. 25-17, 36 seconds left in the first half. Landon Gray down to Gardner on the far side. Gardner passing it down to Gray in the corner. Gray putting up a three-point effort. Nothing but net. 25-20 with 20 seconds left. 32 traveled. I think he ran into Ben Walker, and that's kind of an immovable force there on the court. Gray bringing the ball back across, gives it to Burton. Burton going to put the shot up. It's blocked by 20. 20 gets a rebound, passing it down court to 23, who's open, and puts it up and gets that buzzer beater in. As the Eagles get the ball back and throw it for a buzzer beater. That was pretty good aim, too. All right, folks, it's time for halftime. So while we're on halftime, I'm going to pull up the upcoming schedule real quick. We're going to go over that. Give me just a minute to get that on screen here. All right. Upcoming schedule tomorrow night, high school girls, high school boys at Bolivar Middle School. Location on the screen there says to be determined, but it is actually Bolivar Middle School. I just haven't updated that yet. Home games, and that'll be the high school girls hosting Rolla Royals, high school boys hosting Lake of the Ozarks Flames, and it is senior night for Polk County Christian School tomorrow night, so please join us. First game starts at 6 o'clock. We'll have a little celebration to honor the seniors on both boys and girls teams. Actually, I guess boys teams only. We don't have any seniors on the girls teams. And so we'll honor the seniors tomorrow night. And that'll be between the girls games and the boys game. And Then the next game will be an away game, February 12th. That's a Thursday. Middle school boys, high school boys traveling to Lebanon against TCCS Lions. First game at 5:30. I believe that'll be recorded and uploaded later. After that, on Friday the 13th, high school girls, high school boys traveling to Lamont, Missouri, over near Sedalia, playing Show Me Christian. First game at 5:30. And then on February 17th, away game, high school boys only, traveling to Springfield versus Springfield Trinity. Now that game in Lamont, I don't know about Wi-Fi yet. I hope to have an answer maybe tomorrow on that. And the game in Springfield, I believe there may be Wi-Fi at Springfield Trinity. If there is, we'll play that. We'll live stream that game. If there's not, we'll record it and upload it later. Same thing with Show Me Christian in Lamont on the 13th. If there's Wi-Fi, we'll be live. If there's not, we'll record it and upload it later. And then our next game will be February 19th. High school girls and high school boys hosting TCCS from Lebanon. First game at 6 o'clock at Bolivar. And that should be live. February 23rd is the final game of the regular season. That'll be 3 games. Middle school boys, high school girls, and high school boys hosting Marshfield CIA Christians in Action. First game at 6 o'clock that evening, right here again at Bolivar Intermediate School. And I don't believe those games will be live due to scheduling conflicts. I will try to send a camera and get those games recorded and then upload them later. And then that's the last game for the regular season. After that, we'll start the state championship tournament in Joplin, February 26, 27, 28. That's a 3-day event, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And I expect that we'll be there first thing Thursday morning to set up for live stream, whatever court we're at. We normally have Wi-Fi at those facilities, so we'll see how that turns out this year, if we've got Wi-Fi for this year's tournament. And, you know, as they get more and more popular, there's going to be more and more people using the Wi-Fi, so that may be a struggle. If we end up not having good Wi-Fi, not good enough for a live stream, we will still record and then upload those games later. And as I mentioned, anytime I talk about state championship, if we have a scheduling conflict between the girls and the boys playing at the same time, because they're on different schedules, we will give deference to the girls team because they're the returning champions. We would love to be able to record both of them. We just don't have the staff or the equipment to manage that. So we'll see how that goes. Excited to be there and excited to provide this service of live streaming and recording Polk County Christian School events as we wind down the basketball season. All right, folks, quick shout out to some sponsors for Polk County Christian School. Let me get that screen loaded up here. These are sponsors, businesses that frequently sponsor our annual auction fundraiser, KYOO AM/FM, Need More Vacations, Shell and Hammer Construction, Womack Monuments, Bill Roberts Chevrolet, Edward Jones, Mid-Missouri Bank, Shelter Insurance, Craig Lehman, Agent, Stewart's Custom Designs, Wildman Plumbing, Douglas Hahn and Heidemann, Etch Salon, First Baptist Church, Hogan Farms, Motor Monkeys, Oak Star Bank, Parton Real Estate, Pitts Chapel, Polk County Crop Services, State Farm Insurance, Bryant Chastain, Agent, State Farm Insurance, Gianna Andrews, Agent, All Creatures Animal Clinic, Bank of Missouri, Bolivar Ready Mix, Creator Delights and Creator Designs, Garrettson's Trash Service, and Hubbard Realty. And speaking of Etch Salon,
Etch Salon is a proud sponsor of PCCS. Come see the friendly and helpful staff at Etch Salon, located at 919 East Broadway in Bolivar, for your beauty and wellness needs. From hair to pedicure and more, Etch Salon is there to bring out your true glamour. Etch offers color, cut, formal hair and makeup, facial waxing, pedicure, and deep tissue therapeutic massage. Licensed massage therapist Karen Cleveland is happy to schedule your deep tissue or therapeutic massage to help with all your aches and pains. All their staff are licensed in their area of specialty. Check out facebook.com/etchsalonbolivar or call Etch Salon at 417-777-0088 to schedule your next appointment.
All right. And we appreciate all our sponsors and everybody that helps out and contributes at Polk County Christian School. We have a lot more volunteers, people that donate, whether it's donating goods, donating time, or just saying a prayer for the students, the teachers, the staff, the school board. We appreciate everybody that contributes in any way. So we're under a minute before third quarter action. All right, folks, you're watching PCCS TV. It's about time for second half action. Knights versus Riverview Christian School Eagles. Knights are back out on the court. And the Eagles are moving out to the court. All right, Eagles ball on the near sideline, center court line, 33 into 32. Eagles going to the left, Knights going to the right, and over to three for a three-point effort. Nope, no good. And Gardner with a beautiful rebound there. Over to Gray to bring it down. Landon Gray brings it across. Gray to Venom on the near side. Venom, jump shot for three, and it's off the rim. 20 with the rebound. Over to three. Three making a fast break. And puts shot up, missed it, and the ball's out of bounds, I believe, off White. That's correct. 20 bringing the ball in for the Eagles. Passing it up top to 23. 23 over to 3, over to 20 on the near side. Bounce pass to the baseline to 32, back up to 20. 20 up to 3, 3 over to 23 on the far corner. 23 swinging it up a little bit. He's working back down to the corner. And back up to 3. 3 down to 33, I believe. Going for 3, missed it. 33 chased the ball, tips it out to 23. Up to 3, 3 for a three-point effort, missed it. Ben Walker with a good rebound there. Gives it to Gray to bring it across. Gray over to Gardner. Gardner over to Venom. Venom swinging it down to the far side. No shot. He's coming inside. Jump shot from inside the paint. And missed it. 33 gets a rebound. Down to 20. And Venom with a beautiful steal there, folks. I think I missed that on camera. But that was a beautiful sight to see. Over to Gray. Gray over to Gardner. Gardner down to Gray in the corner. And Gray inside to Walker. Walker puts a shot up, missed it, goes for the putback and gets it for 2. It's 27 to 22. All right, Eagles. 23 has the ball on the far side, up to 3. Across court to 20. 20 steps in for a two-point effort, missed it, and Gardner with a rebound, gives it to Gray. Gray's going to slow it up, passes it inside, intended for Burton. 23 stole the pass, drive it down to the baseline, puts a shot up from inside the paint, That's a good shot for 2 for the Eagles. Venom pass it into Gray to bring it across. It's 29-22. Gray over to Venom. Venom down to Burton in the corner. Burton cross court to Gray, going up for an instant three-point effort. Missed it. 20. Grabs the ball. Out to 32. 32. Bounce pass out to 20. Up top to 3. And 3 put it up. Nope, that was 33. It's out to Gray to bring it across. After the shot was a miss, it's still 29-22. Gray over to Gardner. Gardner driving to the top of the free throw out to Venom. Venom swinging it over to Gray in the corner. Gray going for 3 and miss. Walker getting that rebound. Missed the putback, gets another rebound. Goes to put back, it draws a foul. Ben Walker going to the free throw line shooting for 2. (29-22) currently. First shot is a miss. Second free throw is a miss, and 3 clears the board on that. Make it a fast break. Bounce pass over to 23. Back to 3. Missed it, and Lucas Burton with a rebound gives it over to Venom. Venom to Gray to bring it across. Beautiful rebound there for Burton. Venom driving along the baseline, putting up a shot, and it's good for 2. Eagles bringing the ball back down to 20. 20 cross court to 33. Nope, 13. 13 to 23. 23 swinging it back up top. He's going down the sideline. Up, passing it up to 3, over to 20. No shot. Bounce pass inside, intended for 13, and it's out on Eagles. White ball. Venom's going to bring the ball in for the Knights into Gray. Gray bringing the ball across. Gray over to Gardner on the far side. Gardner swinging it to the free throw, shooting from the elbow. Walker getting the rebound on the missed shot and going for the putback. And I think Josh Venom fouled trying to get the rebound. I see what he did there, and it was good effort. All right, Eagles ball. 20 bringing the ball in for the Eagles. Gives it over to 32. 32 brings it across, down to 3 in the corner. 3 driving along the baseline, putting the shot up, and it's good for 2. Venom passing it into Gray. Gray over to Gardner. Gardner up top to Venom. Venom down to Gray in the corner. Gray going right up for 3. It's a miss, and 20 with a rebound. And 20 passing it to 23, who's open. And Venom keeping him from getting the shot in. Gray gets the rebound. Makes a fast break. Walker with the putback. Eagles bringing the ball in. It's 31-24. 23 ends up keeping the ball. Driving down through the defenders and puts the shot up for 2 and draws the foul while he's at it. 23 going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. I didn't see who did the foul, but that's all right. It was on the Knights. 23 on the free throw line, shooting for 2. Scores 33 to 26. First free throw is good. That was his and 1. Venom's going to bring the ball in for the Knights. Gives it over to Gray. Gray brings it across over to Gardner on the near side this time. Gardner up top to Venom. Venom driving down to the free throw line, puts it up from just inside the paint. Missed a shot, and 20 clears the board. Gives it to 3. 3, long pass intended for 23, but it was too high. So it's out of bounds on Green. Venom pass it into Gray. Gray over to Gardner on the far side. Gardner down to Gray in the corner. Up to Burton. Burton's up top. He's driving down along the paint. putting up a shot, and it was blocked, and the Eagles make it a fast break. 23, driving all the way down, putting the shot up, and it's good for 2. Got to give them credit. That was a good play on their part. Timeout. 36-26, 10-point lead for the Eagles. Full timeout. Folks, exciting game so far. Both teams are still in it. It's still anybody's game. The Eagles have led the game, I think, most of the game, possibly the whole game. I don't remember for sure if the Knights have been in the lead or not yet. But at least the Eagles have not run away with it. All right. Knights are back out on the court. Josh Venom moving to the baseline to bring the ball in for the Knights. Passing it into Landon Gray to bring it across. Landon over to Gardner on the far side. Gardner up to Venom. Venom back to Gray. Gray to Burton. Burton in the corner. Burton going for 3. It's across the rim, and 13 clears the board. Gives it 23 to 3. Over to 20. Put it up for 2. No good. Burton clears the board on that. Over to Gray to bring it across. Still a 10-point lead for the Eagles. Gray to Gardner. Gardner up to Burton. Burton over to Gray on the far side. Gray inside to Gardner, and Gardner back out to Gray. Gray going around the defenders. Jump shot for 2. Missed it, and Walker and Gardner on the rebound. And jump ball. Possession goes to, I think, White. The Eagles are going to send in a couple of subs. 3 and 32 taking a breather. 33 and somebody else coming in. Walker gets the inbound, puts it up, missed the shot, and 20 grabs that rebound, passes it down court to 23, who was open, turns around for a blind jump shot and puts it up. Good for 2. It's 38-26. Gray bringing the ball back across. Gray over to Gardner on the near side. Gardner driving into the free throw. Oh, missed the dribble, and it's a loose ball, and the Eagles pick it up, give it to 23. 23 down to 20, back up to 13 to 23, and good effort on the 3, but no good on the shot. Burton gets the rebound, gives it to Gray. Gray driving down to the baseline. The ball's out of bounds, green ball. .33 bringing the ball across for the Eagles. And there's a whistle. Charging. I didn't see who that was on. We'll see if we can. Green 5. I didn't see it, folks. I'm not arguing it. I say it pretty much every game. I don't know the rules, and I don't know the plays very well. So I can't pick it out when they're doing it and when they're not. But the Eagles steal the ball, and they're down to their end of court again. 23, jump shot for 3, missed it, but 33 chased it down, puts it back up, missed that, and Gardner with an amazing rebound. 20 ends up with the ball, and the Eagles putting it back up again. Walker gets that rebound. It's over to Gray. Gray going to make a fast break of it. He's going to slow it up. Jump shot for 3. Missed the shot. Burton going for another 3 effort, and that's the buzzer at the end of the third quarter. 38-26. Eagles leading by 12 as we get ready for fourth quarter action. It's been a good game so far, folks. When I say that, understand that that's in my opinion, and I really don't know the game well, so that's a very uneducated opinion. All right, we're down to 4 seconds from fourth quarter action. Eagles ball on the near sideline. 20, passing it into 13, down to 33, and the ball goes over to 20, back to 13. 13 over to 33, and loose ball. 13 picks it up, over to 20, back to 13 to 33. 33 driving down, passing it out to 13, puts it up, missed the 3, and Gardner grabs another rebound. Good looking rebound there. I got to say, I am impressed with his rebounding. All right, passing it over to Burton. Burton put it up for 2. There's Gardner with another rebound and a putback. Missed the shot, and the ball's on the floor. There's a whistle. We'll have to see what the ref says. I'm not sure who the whistle was on. Knights, but I don't know which player. Either way, it's Eagles ball. 13 into 33 to bring it across. 33 down to 23 in the corner. He's swinging it up top. Nope. Cutting inside and went to put the shot up. Blocked. They get it back out to 20 outside. He passed it inside to 13 for a jump shot and missed. And 23 picked it up, put it out to 33. 33 out to 5. Back to 33. They're going to slow it up. Setting up an offense. 33. Jump shot from up top. Missed the shot. 5. Gets a rebound, gives it to 20. Bounce pass out to 3. No, bounce pass out to 13, sorry. And the Knights end up picking up the loose ball after the missed shot. Gray driving straight down, driving into the basket and going to put the shot up and draws a foul during the shot. Landon Gray going to the free throw line shooting for 2. 6 minutes, 33 seconds left in regulation play. Nope, he's not going to the free throw line. He's just, that foul was before the shot, so it's just Knight's ball. Venom brings it into Burton. Burton up to Gray. Gray over to Venom in the corner. Going for 3, and that's a swish, folks. That's what we need. I was hoping Venom would turn that on, or at least the coach would unleash that. Number 3, bounce pass down to 32 in the corner. 32, sneaking past Venom. He's back out, working it up. Over to 3 on the near side. 3 over to 32 on the near corner. 32 up to 3. 3 over to 33 up top. And passing it to 32 in the corner. Over to 3. 3 driving along the baseline. Gets out to Venom again. Passing it out to 33 for a 3-point effort. Missed it. Walker picks it up off the rim. Gives it over to Venom to bring it back. Venom over to Gray on the far side. Gray over to Gardner on the near side. Gardner stepping inside. Couldn't get a shot off before he got the defense. Well, there he goes. Puts it up. And nope, Walker almost had the missed shot for the putback. But 13 grabbed it. Drives down. Puts it up. Gray clears the board after a missed shot. He's making the fast break. And draws a foul. Maybe during the shot that time. And possibly hit his head. Somebody going to the free throw line shooting for 2. Gray's on the floor. He's okay. We're just going to have to see if he's going to stay on the floor for this shot. All right, looks like Gray's going to stay in. He's going to go to the free throw line and put it up for 2. 38 to 29. That first free throw's in. That's the way to do it. 1 shot left. Second free throw is in. Nothing but net. Love to see that. All right, Eagles bringing the ball down. 32. Out to 3. Over to 20 on the near side. Down to 23 in the corner. 23 up top to 3. Down to 13 in the corner. Back to 3. Over to 23. 23 to 20. Inside to 23. 23. Shot blocked by Walker. That's where that height comes in. Gray over to Burton. Burton inside to Walker for 2. And, it's across the rim. But there's Venom with a follow-up. And good effort. And the Eagles pass the ball, and there's Gardner. Stealing that fast break pass. Gardner puts it up for 2. Love to see that, folks. That's an Alden Gardner highlight reel. All right, Eagles bringing the ball down. It's 38-33. 5-point lead. Still anybody's game. Eagles trying for a 3, and they put it in. In fairness to them, that was a good shot. It's 41-33. Gray bringing the ball down over to Venom on the far side. Venom inside to Walker. Walker putting it up for 2. Missed the shot, and it's tipped out of bounds off White. Timeout. 30-second timeout, I think, on the Eagles. Wow, exciting action on PCCS TV. Thank you for tuning in tonight, folks. Happy to be here. We'll be live again tomorrow night at Bolivar Middle School for senior night for Polk County Christian School, where we'll be honoring the seniors on the basketball team between the high school girls game and the high school boys game. There's only 2 games tomorrow night, girls and boys. And we'll have a little recognition for the seniors between games. And we should be live for the games. And we'll probably just stay live after the girls' game and just let the camera roll and catch the senior night on that. And then we'll end the broadcast and do the high school boys game after that as a separate broadcast, just because there probably won't be time to reset and start a new broadcast for all 3 events, both games and the senior night. All right, Eagles got the ball back out on the court. 3 minutes, 52 seconds left. I kind of feel like maybe they're thinking if they could just burn some clock, that'll be to their advantage, and it would be. 23 going for a 3-point effort, missed it. And Walker with the rebound gives it to Gray. And the Knights are moving like they know they gotta get something done before the clock runs out. Gardner with a beautiful shot. Almost had it in. Walker with a putback. Good effort for the Knights. But they couldn't capitalize on that attempt. 33 out to 3. 3 over to 23 on the far side. 23 down to 20. 20 in the corner. Up to 3. Gray with a steal and making the fast break. The ball's out of bounds. Ref with a whistle, and it's going to be Eagles ball. 3 minutes, 5 seconds left in the game, or at least in regulation play, because it's still close enough. Anybody could win, or we could end up in a tie. It's over to 20 in the corner. 20 driving along the baseline, passing it across court to 13. Loose ball on the floor. Picked up by 3, and a backcourt violation as soon as he touches it. And there we go. White ball on the baseline. Venom into Burton. Burton up top to Gray. Gray back to Venom for 3. And Gardner with a rebound, going for the putback. And it's good. Love to see Alden Gardner doing that. 41-35 as the Eagles bringing the ball back down, getting full court pressure. Over to 3. 3 down to 20 in the corner. Driving along the baseline. Bounce pass cross court to 23. Ball's on the floor. Landon Gray picking it up again. Making that fast break and going for the shot. And ref says blocking on the Eagles. Green 3-2, I believe. And Landon Gray back at the free throw line shooting for two. Score is 41-35. First free throw. Oh, that's a miss. Landon Gray's second free throw. That one is a miss, and Eagles 20 with a rebound, and it's tipped out of bounds. I think Landon trying to steal it, tipped it out of bounds, so I think it's green ball. And one of the Eagles is favoring an ankle there. He's walking off the court under his own power, but I think they're going to send in a sub for him. 33. He's moving under his own power, folks. Love to see that. Don't want to see anyone seriously hurt out here. Actually hurt at all. Eagles ball coming in. Bringing it in to 32. He's bringing it across. And swinging it across the top. Got some heavy defense there. A minute and 59 seconds left in regulation play. 32 down to 23 in the corner. Passing it out to number 3. Yeah, I think they're trying to run some clock down. .23 driving into the paint, and loose ball tipped out by the Knights. Landon Gray gets it back, passes it to Gardner. Gardner, bounce pass intended for Walker. I think the Knights needed to communicate on that. And the Eagles drive it down, put it up for an easy layup. It's 43-35. Landon Gray bringing the ball back down over to Burton on the near side. Burton going for 3. No good. Walker trying to get that rebound. Couldn't quite reach it. Eagles ball. Bounce pass over to 13. Long pass down to 3. Cross court to 20. And he puts it up for 2. And 45-35. 10-point lead for the Eagles with a minute left. Landon Gray unleashing a 3-point effort. And the ball's tipped out of bounds after a missed shot. It's going to be Eagles ball. 20, passing the ball in. 55 seconds left. Bounce pass over to 13, down to 3, back up. And backcourt violation. They passed it across the midcourt line. So it's going to be Knights ball on the sideline. 49.1 seconds left. Venom into Gray. Gray bringing it across. Gray down to Gardner in the corner. Gardner taking the screen, putting it up for 2. Love to see that, folks. Timeout, full timeout. Coach Burton. 8-point lead for the Eagles. Coach Burton trying to figure out a strategy to close that gap. I don't know the game. The only thing I could figure is maybe if they can draw enough fouls and get on the free throw line. They've got some pretty good free throw shooters. Or if he's going to unleash some more three-point shooters, because we have some three-point shooters. That may be what he's going to do. We'll have to see. For being a basketball coaching maestro, he generally pulls out a pretty good strategy. We'll see what happens tonight. All right. Green ball. 23 bringing the ball in for the Eagles. Passing it down to 13. Venom there with heavy defense. And Knights steal the ball. And Eagles steal it back. 23 bringing the ball across for the Eagles. 26 seconds left. Long pass. They put it up top to 13. Going for a 3, missed it. Gardner trying to rebound. Venom picks the ball up. Venom making a fast break. Slowing it up on the far side. And he's going to turn around for a blind jump shot for 3. Ben Walker for the putback over to Gardner. Gardner for 2. 5 seconds left. And 32 has the ball for the Eagles. He's going to let the clock run out, folks. 45-39 is the final score. Eagles over the Knights. What a good game. Everybody played well, and Nothing to be ashamed about on either side of the court, folks. Thank you so much for joining us on PCCS TV.
This broadcast is copyright Polk County Christian School, 2490 West Tower Drive, Bolivar, Missouri. Stop by our school to see what we are doing to provide a Christian education for